We're in San Diego,
California.
But we're about to go to Tijuana, Mexico. Did you say Tijuana or Tijuana? I don't know what.
I always said Herb Alpert and the Tijuana grass.
Tijuana. Yeah, so there's a light rail line here that goes to the Mexican border. It doesn't actually cross the border, but it's the closest you'll get to a cross-border light rail line in the U.S. And we've been admiring San Diego. It's got these beautiful buildings, it's a beautiful station.
And over here, the piece de resistance, or piece of resistance in French, is the streetcar.
Trolley.
Oh, they call them trolleys here, yeah.
Which is funny, because it makes it sound really dinky, but it's actually the second busiest light rail line in the country after LA.
It says international border on the head sign, which is incredibly cool.
Also, these ticket machines are fantastic. We did them off camera, but you get these beautiful Pronto cards with amazing graphic design.
All right.
The design of the Pronto cards reminds me of the front cover of the soundtrack album from the musical Company by Sondheim.
How do we tap on? Wait. Where are we supposed to?
All right, there was a reader there. Do you see it?
Oh no. Well, should we do the next stop then?
That's okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Cool. That turned out to be a very cool shot. Okay, so right off the bat, that sound
Next station, America Plaza.
La siguiente estación, America Plaza.
America Plaza is next.
Okay. This part of the line is wild. We like U-turn and then like go through a building over there. Oh wait, we can run out and tap. Or at least maybe I will, just to be brave. Door open.
America Plaza.
We get fare inspected. Now I won't have to pay a fine. Oh dang. This is the unique Orange Line station courthouse, which is like the terminal of the Orange Line, but we go right by it. And the Blue Line is every 7.5 minutes about. Okay. At least like south of downtown, which is pretty awesome.
That's a pretty good frequency. Here comes one.
Oh yeah, here's an Orange Line.
It's hard to believe these colors when all the trains are red.
Good point, and there is no red line.
Oh, come on.
There is a copper line. If I was trying to get on this trolley and I couldn't see the scan required thing because the dots were blocking it, do you think I could make that case to a fare inspection officer?
All right, I'll tap at the next station.
I feel like we're going very fast.
We're making very good time. According to Google Maps, and also according to my own observations that no cars have been going by, we are on a transit way right now. They were able to build some really nice station infrastructure with high curbs, but also with sidewalks.
I also love the coloration of these trains. Like the dark red seats are just wonderful.
City College is next.
City College is next. Oh my god, look, they like built buildings around the light rail station. Look at this, how much they're building around this line. Like, they know that this is an asset. Jackson, how would you judge this bench on the hostility scale?
Oh god.
You could maybe lie down on it.
If you are unusually lumpy.
There's 1001, that's their oldest light rail vehicle. Oh, they have a bunch of old ones, look.
Wow.
I don't think they ever run them in service. Oh wow, this is very, is it the industrial part of San Diego?
The next station is called Pacific Fleet, and it looks like that is very much the Pacific Fleet.
Man, I guess like Army foam or Navy foamers, this is the place for you.
We're really flying on this line.
Oh, we're going higher.
Yeah, we're slowing down to get to a station. That was out of
going in the 50s.
That was out of focus.
On a general note, the bus connections from this line seem to be very good. At the last station we were at, 24th Street, there were two routes that were one was every 15, one was every 12, and then one was every hour. But like,
how blue this water is.
Wow.
That's very good transit service. I'm sorry for interrupting. It's always pretty vindicating to be beating the traffic on a highway.
I know.
We are slowing down for a station right now, but we were outpacing those cars a second ago. I have to say, this trolley has remained pretty consistently busy the whole time. Yeah, right. It's a high turnover route. People use it for a lot of different things. Now I guess traffic from here on out is
next
probably
station,
headed to the border.
Iris Avenue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly curious what the peak direction is. Like, I assume San Diego, but it is interesting that Tijuana is a much bigger city than San Diego.
A lot of people are riding this thing out. The name of this stop might be Iris Avenue, but all I see is Gillig City.
There's a new flyer C40 LFR as well.
Hey, that's pretty hype.
Lots of people getting on too. Oh, is that Mexico? It's a big Mexican flag over there.
Yeah, Mexico might be. Yeah, Mexico's probably right over there.
San Ysidro is next.
Really interesting stuff. So you can park here to be a pedestrian instead of a car going across the border. There's a money exchange place, lots of money exchange.
That's the border right there.
Oh wow.
Wait, okay, I forget. Did you sell this video on the premise that we are going to Mexico?
Well, we'll see.
Because, as I understand it, we have yet to see what the line looks like.
That's the issue.
McDonald's trolley station. It's very interesting to see it spelled out like that.
Well, it's Mexico. Should we go through the big transit turnstiles?
Oh, all right.
Sorry, I joined the revolving door with you. Oh, this isn't too bad. All right, camera over.
A few moments later.
All right, well, I guess we made it.
We're in Mexico.
That wasn't actually too bad. I mean, it was a little line. They just asked how many days we were staying, and then
TSA had a really short conveyor belt that dumped all my keys.
oh,
and
that was
stuff
annoying.
On the floor.
Is it TSA or someone else?
Probably not TSA, but
I think all this traffic is getting into the U.S.
it's really interesting to see the huge line of taxis out here.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are trying to get us to take a taxi, but we have
Definitely
our
a
own 2
culture shock.
feet. Oh, by the way, this is the 4th busiest border crossing in the world, and the busiest in the U.S.
Well, it is pretty efficient.
We'll see what
they're doing.
getting back in, but
Yeah, right.
So we may have potentially screwed ourselves here because the line to get back in is pretty intense.
It's very long.
And then there's like a pedestrian line that goes like around the corner.
Honestly, should we try the shuttle bus?
Honestly, I mean, that'd be its own interesting transit adventure.
I guess it would.
I'm not opposed. What soda did you just get?
I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's lemonade.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
This big shelter in the middle of the street is the remnant of the old Tijuana BRT system, or bus rapid transit.
Oh,
I
you
don't
can really tell it's falling apart, huh?
I don't know how long it lasted, but it's not around anymore. I think it only lasted a couple years.
Oh, that's a shame.
So apparently the system does still exist. It's just so infrequent and unreliable that it basically doesn't. Check out this amazing video from the unfortunately seemingly defunct Transit World channel to learn more.
Does the payphone work? Does not work. That's too bad. I'm gonna guess there's no jaywalking fine here because it's just flashing red lights and you just go. You just brave it.
So what's the other red lights for?
I guess just to tell you to stop. It's just a big stop sign. All right, you don't want to know how long it's taken us to get here, but we're on this bridge to downtown. This is pretty cool. Got the arch there. I honestly love this Mexican flag with all the dense homes going up the hill behind it.
And the
That's
radio
very
towers
cool.
at the top of the hill. I have to say, being in Mexico, there is not the cinematic red dusty haze that you get in movies. That's false.
I don't know what
That's a
you're
lie.
talking about. It's happening right now. We're in this like market area. And there's like this pedestrian streets. Yeah, sure. I can't believe that we took a light rail train. It's just like wild.
All right, we've arrived at the Friendship Arch, which seems to be kind of the nexus of the touristy district of Tijuana here. We've got several mariachi band members hanging out over there. There's a tuba player hanging out on that side of the street.
Yeah.
We've got all sorts of interesting festivities over there.
Gosh, if only we had time for a meal. I bet some of these places are good.
The food in this strip must be incredible. This is one of the neatest places. What a simple idea, putting these little paper banners above the street that completely transform it. You see how they're glinting in the sunlight? I have no clue what this is, but it looks like this market area might have at one point been encircled by
something cool.
Oh, there goes
the military. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right. Well, just pointing out, this is a place where you go to get medicine for cheap. So yeah, bye, Jackson.
Looks like we're on the right track to the USA.
Yeah, we're gonna try the Ped West border crossing, which is like kind of the smaller western one that hopefully won't be as busy. We won't get the direct light rail connection, but we can maybe walk back over to it from there. I'd rather do that than wait in that horrific line. So that brown line is the border fence. Look how it's like dense, buildings, everything, and in the US it's just nothing. All right, camera's gonna go off, but this looks a lot less busy. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We'll update you how it goes.
2 seconds later.
All right, so the reason there's no line is because the US side of that border crossing is closed.
Yeah, there are people coming through the other direction, but I think we're gonna have to wait a long ass line.
I'm getting the feeling that Mexico handles this a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like the US is really dropping the ball
doesn't
on
seem
this.
very efficient. We got through Mexico like that.
That's fun to see popular urban planning YouTuber Alan Fisher playing the slots. We're eyeing those shuttles over there that could potentially get us across in a much faster fashion than waiting in line.
Is it faster to sit in this gridlock traffic on a bus, or is it faster to stand in gridlock traffic and try to walk it?
But I think actually the bus gets to use the special link. I saw one go
That
through.
could be a selling point. Okay, so now we have to talk to all these people and figure out how we can get on the bus.
5 minutes later.
All right, so we've kind of bumbled our way into getting a shuttle bus over the border.
Yeah, we got the wrong one. There are a couple options. We got one that does departures every hour, but it looks like there's also one that does departures every 20 minutes. So right now it's like 3:50, and our bus leaves at 4:15, so we have a little while to walk around a little bit. We want to make sure to get there early. But what's interesting about it is that The bus we're gonna take over the border uses this bit of infrastructure from the old BRT service.
Right, it uses the old station. You can even see the map of the BRT.
Yeah, right, the map is in there. And it wasn't that expensive, it was only like $10 to cross the border, which honestly, if we had to skip this line a little bit, I guess I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, as a transit fan, I love cross-border buses.
It was interesting. A guy took cash from us.
And then he gave us tickets.
He gave us tickets.
But they were different tickets. We dropped them off at the desk in the BRT station.
And then someone scanned our stuff and then gave us each a ticket. Yeah, pretty interesting.
I don't...
Let's see how this works. The service is called Mexicoach.
Yeah. We've fumbled our way into this.
All right, let's see how it works.
Something I like about this border crossing is the way that there's this whole economy around it. Like, all these different people are pulling carts up to sell different like foods and stuff.
And over there where the pedestrian line is, there's all sorts of stores that have sprung up, like many of which have paid bathrooms.
At this point, I wonder if we did waste our money on the bus, but at this point, I'm in it for transit
For the
fans.
bus, exactly.
Do you think the BRT station is meant to have these strobe lights?
Best disco spot in Tijuana.
20 minutes later.
So it turns out the 4:15 bus is actually coming at 4:40.
440.
So maybe we should have done this one that comes every 20 minutes, but
Yeah.
We got-
Although we haven't really seen those going by too much either. So
Right.
I think the traffic just like getting to everybody a little bit.
there's also going to be quite a crowd. So I'll be interested to see how busy the bus will be.
Yeah.
Will we have to stand?
Easy to see if we'll be able to get on the bus.
No idea what this bus is.
Doesn't look like ours though.
Unfortunately. All right, there's a conspicuous red bus coming, and this is a red,
Wait, what did it say? Ruta?
Ruta Mexicoach. This says Ruta Troncal R1. No idea what that means. Not to be all imagined by John Lennon about it, but think about how if there was no border here.
I was
there'd
just
be so much
thinking
less
that.
traffic.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Is this our bus? Is the $1 million question. Is it
Mega Bat. No, it doesn't look like it. It's a nice bus though.
Yeah. There goes an SDFJ bus. It's gonna become my Myers-Briggs personality type at the end of this process. It's going very quickly, but it doesn't seem to be boarding anywhere near here, so I'm not sure where they would have taken us if we'd signed up for that one.
I mean, there's been one boarding over there forever, but I don't know if it's boarding
I'm not sure
or
what
just
it is.
sitting. I'm starting to get the impression that these shuttles are less a convenient way to cross the border in a quick time and more a way to scam tourists out of $10.
I think we got scammed.
Oh yeah, no, that bus
it's
isn't
not
even.
going
All
this
right. So we've been here, I think, over an hour now.
Yeah.
So that's supposed to be every hour.
Yeah, exactly.
It also means we should have seen 3 SDTJ buses.
We only saw one, so at least, and it didn't stop anywhere near here, so at least the other agency is also kind of
Awful.
Yeah. At what point do we just give up and join the pedestrian line? This is gonna be like my villain origin story.
It's so sunk cost because we at this point we know we could have just done the pedestrian line and then just
We'll probably be over by
this
now.
point.
Yeah.
We live in the other company.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on. We're leaving.
Are you leaving right now?
Yeah, I'm leaving right now.
All
Sorry, man.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your help.
That bus isn't boarding right now, but this one is. Like, should we ask this guy where he's going? Like, show him the tickets.
Are these for that?
This is bus, okay?
We have. Oh, we gotta check in. All right.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's just there.
Bueno.
Thank you. What time is this one leaving?
30 minutes or 40.
Okay.
A ver.
Oh, 30 minutes.
Unless you got the energy.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, if you don't have the energy, you bro, you work.
Yeah, okay. All right, great. Yeah.
So we were about to give up and go to the pedestrian line, and then there was one of the tickets that was like, no, wait.
He gave us a ticket for the other agency.
The other company, and we were like, when's it leaving? He said, it's leaving now. I'm like, okay, so we run.
Yeah.
And we go, and they're like, you gotta change these tickets at the office. So we went to the office.
Change the tickets.
Changed the tickets.
Now we got on the coach bus, which is now leaving in 30 to 40 minutes.
That's what they said. And then we were like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do it. And then some locals seemingly were getting on the bus were like, no, you should get on this because you won't regret it.
You won't regret it, bro.
The pedestrian line is like 70, 80 minutes. So I don't know. Well, I guess as far as the seat tour goes, this is a Volvo bus.
Yeah.
The lights don't work. The air sort of works.
Got ourselves some outlets. That's kind of cool.
Not sure if they work. And footrests. Nothing. All right. Does the outlet work?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. big points.
Yeah.
And the seat's actually comfortable.
Seat's
I'll
pretty
give it
comfy,
that.
yeah.
I'll say this, I'd rather wait here for 40 minutes than wait another 40 minutes in that awful BRT shelter. Also, we were talking to the guy across from us who was saying that apparently, like, his friends are telling him that the buses have gotten good now. And he
doesn't seem to be our experience.
He's kind of,
but
and he's kind
he
of
said
doubtful about it
sometimes-
too.
Yeah, he said sometimes the buses go really quickly because the bus is like almost full now, and you think that means they take off.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, hi, Greyhound. Hey, at least we're not on that.
Yeah.
Well, although
exactly.
in fairness, that's moving and this isn't. But
Exactly.
actually, oh no, I made that up. Oh my God, the bus is so full. They just put someone in the bathroom. Someone's sitting in the bathroom. Okay, but we're done. That means we're at capacity. So
Okay, I mean that could means we go.
passengers got antsy. Someone just yelled out "Vamonos,"
Which is a word I learned from Dora the Explorer.
Oh my God.
All right,
We're actually moving. So we've been hanging out for like an hour and a half. I think this is like,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this feels so nice. Also, the guy across the aisle said that like 20 years ago, the buses that did this used to be like tiny and like hot as shit and sweaty.
Wow.
So this is definitely an improvement.
this is AC. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
right.
comfortable. So now I'm like thoroughly curious what's gonna happen. Like I assume we're all gonna have to go into some holding pen and like cross the border, but I don't know what that will consist of. So all of this is like the Sentry only zone. So I think we're making our way into this area now. All right, so I just went through the gate. I think the driver was checked.
Oh,
Are we about to go through this like super gate here?
super metal detector.
Well, everyone's getting up, so I guess this is when the camera turns off, we get out, and then we tell you what the hell happened after.
Stay tuned.
20 minutes later.
Well, we just came out and we're at the light rail again.
All right, we made it.
Wow. So that was about half an hour from like bus leaving to back in the US.
And it was like an hour and a half waiting for the bus.
Right. So
That was quite an occasion.
I don't know what the lesson is. Like,
I don't think you can make any sort of teachable moment out of any of that. The guy who we met on the bus who was telling us a little bit about his experiences with it years ago and like what his friends tell him about it, said that it's really hit or miss.
Yeah.
Well, I think the word he used was miss or miss. I think sometimes you just get really lucky and sometimes one just happens to be coming and other times you really don't get lucky. And I think we had a little bit of both of those today.
it's also interesting because the bus just drops you off at the border crossing,
Right.
and then you go and you cross the border as a pedestrian, and you have a special bus line.
Right.
You're basically like kind of sliding past the pedestrian line.
You're paying
That's
to
all the bus
bypass the pedestrian line, so it doesn't actually drive you over the border.
Right.
I wonder if the other bus would have driven us over the border.
does. Yeah, because it said it had like a route.
It said it had a
that-
couple stops here. Like one of the
Right,
stops was
good
here
point.
where the light rail is.
I don't know how any of this works.
Yeah.
I feel like if you go into Mexico, if you find yourself at the entrance of those like subway-style turnstiles, wondering if you should go through them or not, just be prepared to spend like the whole day in Mexico.
Exactly.
Well, hey,
Want to do it again?
yeah.
The destination sign looks like that because this is the trolley you hop on and say to the operator, "America, please."